Follow me on this exercise. This is a politician. Let's listen to him speak.
Start talking really about your forecast for the elections. Will we have a GOP speaker in January?
Well, I think there's a very good possibility of it. I've always said there's an old coaching philosophy of mine, never peak too early, and I think that's the only danger. But you look at the trends right now, and I think the trends move to the direction that there's going to be a Republican victory. And a lot of things can happen in 7 weeks, but I think right now the Republicans are fairly well poised.
Well, this isn't just an ordinary politician. This is the Speaker of the House, the U.S. House of Representatives, the third in line for the presidency. In fact, he's the longest-running Speaker of the House ever, from 1999 to 2007.
Free people of Iraq and Iran.
Now, here's the longest-running Speaker of the House berating another member of Congress for instant messages sent by him to his mail page, very inappropriate things.
The instant messages reportedly between Congressman Foley and a former page sent in 2003 were vile and repulsive, and both to myself and to my colleagues. No one in the Republican leadership, nor Congressman Shimkus, saw those messages until last Friday when ABC News released them to the public.
Most people that I talk to have never even heard of this guy, and I hadn't heard of him myself till 3 years ago. But while he is maintaining this public facade, he has some deep, dark closets of his own. Not only had the Speaker of the House developed a pattern of child molestation, he had molested middle-aged boys when he was coaching them in wrestling, but he was also raping repeatedly this 15-year-old boy with mental handicaps. Being a congressman has turned into one of the best gigs in the world. It's no wonder millionaires are getting into it. You triple your wealth. The way they covered this up essentially is the media did report it, but just barely. I've said before, they can make a mountain out of a molehill and a molehill out of a mountain. They spread it out over 5 years, brought in a special prosecutor, and he was not sent to prison regarding sex, but bank crimes.
Never peak too early.
You are the free people of Iraq and Iran.
Dennis Hastert is 84 years old, worth $17 million, living in Illinois, and not registered as a sex offender. When you're a part of the club, you're protected forever. And my question is, how do we know he spent a single day in prison? Anybody got a photo? This is Dennis Hastert on the day of reckoning. And here he is, the Speaker of the House, with two other gentlemen. Bush was literally a war criminal. He attacked Iraq, no weapons of mass destruction, no ties to Al-Qaeda, had absolutely nothing to do with 9/11, and posed no threat to the West. And that came by way of a letter from 16 intel agencies that collectively wrote a letter to Bush. 4 days after he got the letter, he walked into Congress and told them the exact opposite. Charles Manson's prosecutor, Vince Bugliosi, went to his grave trying to prosecute George Bush for murder. Now let's talk about the late, great Dick Cheney, warmongering, PNAC member. After the war, his company obtained $15 billion in a no-bid contract to rebuild Iraq. They spent $1 million apiece on 30 incinerators and hauled them to Baghdad before they tested the first one. They found out then the incinerators malfunctioned and they didn't work. So they used U.S. soldiers to dig a giant burn pit in downtown Baghdad, and for 12 weeks hauled trash and material and all kinds of stuff to this burn pit and set it on fire. While this $15 billion fire burned, Baghdad was filled with toxic smoke. It killed 200 soldiers. Did you ever hear about any of this in the media? The 200 families sued in federal court in California, and they won. A jury awarded them $200 million. But that's just a jury trial. That's just what the people say. So Halliburton's attorneys appealed it, and this time they just appeared in front of a good old boy judge. And he overturned the verdict and made the families pay Halliburton's legal services.
They don't get to office and then get compromised. They're in office because Israel owns them previously.